Good morning, students. Let's move on to the second activity. To show the increase in wind speed leads to drop in air pressure. You have to take two balloons of the same size, a string, a stick and a straw. Inflate two balloons of the same size and tie the thread around the mouth of each one. Hang the balloons from a stick as it is shown in the figure, and you have to keep some distance approximately of 30 centimeter between the two. Blow through the straw between the balloons. Okay, two balloons here. Between these balloons you have to blow. The balloons come near each other, that is closer. Why is it happening? It's happening because the air is still around the outside of the two balloons. At first it was still. When you blow in the space between the balloons, the increase in the air speed leads to a drop in air pressure. Okay, when you are blowing air, there is an increase in the air. So what will it do? It will there will be an air pressure will drop down. So since the air pressure is dropping down between here, so the outside pressure from both the sides, it will push the balloon towards each other. So what does this prove? It proves that high wind speed reduces air pressure. Okay, if there is high wind speed, it will reduce the air pressure. Now to show that reduced air pressure can lift objects, you have to take a strip of thin paper, and you have to hold this strip of papers 3 centimeter wide from each other and 8 centimeter long under your lower lip. ठीक है, अपने होठों के नीचे. And then blow on the top surface, ऊपर की ओर blow करना है. Now when you do this, you will see that the strip of the paper rises up. Why? Because the air which flows across the top surface of the paper, जो ऊपर से air है, that is exerting a pressure, and this pressure is less than the air pressure below. So when the air is still, यानी जब air still है, now it is the higher pressure below which, now the air pressure around this, that is below the paper, it is more. So this will make the paper rise up. Now blowing over the paper, when you are blowing over the paper, this will reduce air pressure above the strip. ऊपर का pressure कम हो गया and बाकी चारों तरफ से pressure ज़्यादा होने के कारण this paper will move up. So thus moving air can provide a lift. So jet planes use this mechanism in the flight. Okay, moving air is used to lift up the jet planes. Then to show that air expands on heating. This you have already studied in your previous chapter, that is heat, that whenever air is heated, it expands. What you have to do? Take balloons, glass bottles, hot water and cold water. You have to inflate a balloon slightly and place it on the neck of a glass bottle, जैसे कि इधर दिख रहा है. Okay. Pour some hot water in a basin and hold the glass for 2 to 3 minutes in the hot water. What will you see? You will see that the balloon inflates still further when the glass bottle is placed in the hot water. And why is it so? This is because the air, like all other substances, is made up of tiny particles which are called as molecules. And when these molecules get heated up, they move apart. Okay, they move apart and they expand, and the air inside the bottle thus spreads and it needs more space, so it enters into the balloon and inflates. Okay, since the air is expanding, it is inflating the balloon. Now if you run cold water on the bottle, what will happen? This balloon will get deflated. Why is it so? Because just now I told you air on heating expands, and the cold air, it will, that is the molecules will come closer to each other, and when you pour cold water on it, the air will contract, and because the air is contracting, the balloons will get deflated. Deflated means chota ho gaya size. Clear? Then to show that hot air expands and it always rises up, you have to take a paper and cut it into spiral, and you have to take a hot plate and a string. Draw a spiral on a square piece of paper and cut it along. Make a hole in the center of the spiral, and you have to just put it with the help of a thread, and you have to fasten it on a stick. Then hang the spiral over any heat source. It can be a bulb, it can be a candle, it can be a hot plate, anything. Now when you keep a candle or any hot source under it, the spiral begins to spin on its own. Okay? It will start spinning. Now why is it so? The simple reason is that air is warmed up. The air which was present here, यहाँ पे जो air था, is getting heated up because of the heat source, and then it becomes lighter in weight. And when air becomes lighter in weight, it rises up. So as it comes in contact with the spiral, the air is channelized. Okay, channeled. Air जो है इस spirals के बीच से घुस गया, and it pressing against them and making it spin around. So, and the cold air when heated rises up on expansion. So children, you have learned so many things about air. One is that hot air expands and rises up. Okay, here it's showing that air expands on heating. Then you have also studied that reduced air pressure can lift objects in upward. Then you have also learned that the increase in wind speed leads to drop in air pressure. Wind speed बढ़ेगा तो air pressure will drop down. And also you have studied that air exerts pressure on all the surfaces on whichever it comes to in contact. So children, please go through all the activities, and all these activities you can try at home also. Try these activities, okay? This spiral one also you can try at home. Even the paper, this is the simplest one, the paper and the balloon. This activity please try at home, and you will see the results. Okay? So I hope children that this much is clear to all of you. The rest will continue in the next class. Thank you and be safe.